Bears. Hairstyle. What up, my niggas? It is the Bears. Bucs versus the Bears. Week 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, we lost to the Steelers. Okay. Yeah, we are on week 4. We are 1-2 of the season. Jameis is coming back. Let's go ahead and see, make sure I put everybody where they need to be. Roster spot, depth chart. Jameis. Boom, boom, boom. Starting. I gotta fix this lineup real quick. This is how it's gonna be, so I'm gonna put it like that. Boom. For sure. So I just seen that on Twitter, I just seen that they have Carlton Davis playing the outside during nickel packages instead of Ryan Smith. Thank you, Mike Smith. Thank you. So we have Carlton Davis playing the outside instead of Ryan Smith when we're in our nickel package. Vernon Hargreaves is in the slot. And that means MJ Stewart is going to be like our fourth corner. I'm a little upset. The only thing that I'm like, oh man, the only thing that sucks is MJ Stewart is a beast when it comes to being on the field. This guy is another Quan Alexander, another Levante David when it comes, I've always said this. When it comes to football, there's two battles. To be honest, there's three battles. Pre-snap, after the snap, and there might be a third battle, which is after the play. So you got pre-snap, there's a battle going on as far as audibling and hot routes and stuff like that, knowing what they're gonna do. Then when they snap the ball, there's a battle. Are you gonna sack the quarterback? Are you gonna sack the quarterback? Are you gonna pick the ball off? Or are you going to bat the ball down? Play's done. If it's not done and they execute and they end up running the ball past the line of scrimmage, getting a catch, there is a third battle that goes on, which is you tackle him, tackle it for loss, or strip the ball. And that third battle is something that is very important, because no matter how good your defense is, no matter how good the offense is or how bad the offense is, that third battle is going to happen a lot. They're going to catch the ball. They're going to run the ball. So when they do, don't get discouraged and say, damn, they got a catch on me, or they got a 10-yard catch on me, or 15-yard catch on me. There's still a third battle. Strip that bitch. And that's something that Levante knows. That's something that Quan and Levante do, and MJ Stewart does a lot. And I love that. I love that. And that's the only thing that I'm kind of sad about. That MJ Stewart might not be on the field that as much. But then again, they might switch out our two rookies back and forth. You know, like I know that they like MJ Stewart, and I know they want him on the field as well. And the thing is, the other thing is, Carlton Davis. I always thought Carlton Davis might take that outside spot just because of his length and his size. You know what I'm saying? So that just gives him a, what's the word I'm looking for? Can I play the game? That gives him a automatic. Oh yeah, I'm going. Okay. Gives him an automatic, like, you know, puts him ahead of the game just because of that. So let's go and let's go ahead and advance to the Bears week and play the game. Start training. All right. We are 1-2. I would be okay if that's what we are in real life at this point in time of the season. Yeah, I was very happy to hear about that today in practice. I just need to start hearing some stuff about Vita Vea, man.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, fourth-year quarterback Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And I started this franchise before the Khalil Mack trade, so they have Khalil Mack. But when I am going to be doing, like, on every Saturday, I don't know if I'll be working every Saturday, but or what, when I'll start working again, but I'm going to be doing a exhibition, just a pure exhibition of,
a really good start to get
you know,
going.
Simulation of the game, and we can watch it. So this is more just for the
fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing.
This is more just for as far as the season.
In week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. The number 3 overall pick in 2017 leads them out. He's in his second season now, played his college ball course in Chapel Hill, Mitchell Trubisky.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
At running back is Jordan Howard, who was an absolute revelation as a rookie, but he finished second to Ezekiel Elliott for the rushing title in 2016. And no sophomore slump for him at all. Followed it up with a second straight 1,000-yard season and finished 5th in the league in rushing.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Kendall Beckwith on the stop. And a quick look at the Buccaneer defensive starters.
Can't wait for that lineup right there.
Uses his speed and his smarts to overwhelm opposing
Damn, bro, we are stacked in every level. Look at that.
That's a carryover.
Only thing I don't like is that Chris Conti. That's the only thing. And why the hell is William Golston in freaking safety again? Good Lord. Come on, Madden.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. Trubisky. Finding Gable, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times.
I really want to play Madden, but I don't want to play until they freaking update my roster, because my roster's not really right and it's pissing me off, to be honest. I'm talking about, you know, update as far as I'm talking about update as far as me playing online rank.
It's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Let's see if he sees the blitz.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 9 catches, 106 yards.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky.
Oh, you let him catch that. Come on, Quan.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Yeah, we got that tight end.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Going right side here, and it's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 more there and another 1st down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush will just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
I'm gonna have to make these,
the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. He leaves this one for Howard. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And Parkey's kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive.
Jameis is back.
His 4th season already at the controls of the Bucs offense. From Florida State, it's Jameis Winston.
And there's little doubt that he's looking for a big-time bounce-back season in 2018. Everyone expected a big year in 2017, but the team won just 3 times in his 13 starts. Some of that, you got to put on their defense. They struggled, but there are too many inopportune turnovers that continue to plague him.
Winston now to throw on first down. Quick throw, that's
Beautiful,
complete
Winston.
on the inside slant. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff.
Oh, Rojo. That we talking about, Rojo. That's what we're talking about, Rojo.
Self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That burst good for 20 and a first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Aaron Lynch leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Aaron Lynch, of course, came to Chicago in free agency from San Francisco.
An excellent pass rusher. 12.5 sacks his first 2 years with the 49ers. Injuries have limited him recently, but they're hoping he can be the great complement to Leonard Floyd on the other side, getting after quarterbacks.
Jameis to throw it.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Good job.
23 yards on the play.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that, and we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. It's a 3-point game here early. And we're back to Soldier Field after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Ready. Watch 25. Ready to go.
On 2nd down, it's Jones.
Oh, man. I don't know how the computer let him go through the air like that.
Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good
So
about
niggas
getting
going
that
at
type of a
Eminem, huh?
gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Come on, get that first.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Oh, and he
Now
got
we're gonna
hurt.
get a timeout.
Gosh,
We've got an
dang it.
injured Buccaneer. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
They make him get hurt too easily.
On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Swings and jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. When you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased if they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On first down, Trubisky. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He'll be dropped at the 30. A shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. Call it a gain of 5.
You can't even compare that game to this game right now.
The Bears and Bucs, you might recall, met in Tampa week 2 of last year, which was actually the first game for the Buccaneers after Hurricane Irma washed out their opener with Miami. And it was the Bucs who beat Mike Glennon in that game 26-9. This is Howard on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
I need one of these blitzes to work, man.
Now Trubisky on first down. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
Come on, Carlton.
A very solid gain of 27.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
All right, EA, I see you. I see you, EA.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun is Trubisky. It's caught on the right side.
Oh, he's still up. He's still up.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there. That brings forth a 3rd and long. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it?
Man, oh man,
Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I
who was that?
I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there. One of these days, you're going to think that you were.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play
Donovan Smith? They better not rush Donovan Smith, bro. Don't rush Donovan Smith back. If he ain't ready to play, he ain't ready to back. He ain't ready to play. No need to rush him back. He got depth for a reason.
Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing here, Trubisky. It's complete on the ball screen. That's Robinson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Trubisky.
Oh, man.
Yes. His throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long.
Yes!
Couldn't hang on to it through the contact.
Grimes.
Incomplete.
Good play, Grimes.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out.
Oh.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Man, I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
All right.
Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. And you look at the numbers, not only has he not caught a pass, they haven't targeted him yet. And we're coming up toward halftime.
And you remember our meeting with the coach beforehand? What did he tell us about him? I write his number on my play sheet, and I circle it in bold type because I want to make sure he gets the ball.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. So a minute 56 to play in this first half.
Throw it.
We're back to Soldier
I have a
Field.
feeling I jacked that up. I think I pressed the turbo button and made the computer think that I was taking it over.
We'll remind you once again, coming up at halftime, we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He's got stats and scores from around the NFL as we wrap up the first month of the season.
No longer is he a rookie, the coach, a true veteran now.
A crafty veteran. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Let's go.
2nd down, Winston.
Oh!
Penn State man, it's
Let's
Chris
go.
Godwin. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Give him 30 yards there. First down, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston.
Oh, again. Throwing darts.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now a first down carry by Jones.
Jones, why is Jones in there? I thought I took him out. Donovan Smith is hurt again. Thought I took Jones out and put
Now James on 2nd down.
Throw it away. Okay. Good job.
Incomplete.
Good job.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Dislocated thumb. I'm keeping you in, Donovan. I'm keeping you in. I need you. Double cross.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
We got to play real football.
Team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Catanzaro's kick is right through.
Hopefully this is not what happens in real life. We got to score when we get down the field like this.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it.
Good job running
for
the ball.
Which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet.
Atlanta's 1-2 in this
other than the extra point. That's it.
In this season.
So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On 2nd,
get him!
Trubisky. A screen pass here to Cohen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Trubisky now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw.
Oh, get him! Oh, come on!
Incomplete.
JPP, you had him.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Trubisky will throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play. Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Trubisky to throw again.
Come on, yeah, there we go.
Nowhere to escape.
There we go.
That's
what I'm talking about, Vinny.
As it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
I think I knocked him out of field goal. Field goal blocked it. Yeah.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So
It's my favorite part.
Halftime show. Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. A lot to get to here this final day of September. So let's get started. We'll get things started at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Cincinnati in town to face Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. Matt Ryan with 3 touchdown passes there. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz lighting things up. 3 touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one.
Jets are 2-1, huh?
Crowell, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. In our game, it's been Mitchell Trubisky who's looked sharp thus far. His guys have the lead on the road at Soldier Field as we get you back to the Windy City and Brandon Godden.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Block! Oh, my gosh.
Taken down. A Bears Leonard Floyd in there to make the sack.
He went right
he
into
buries
him.
him for a loss of 10.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And this is caught by James.
Oh, he caught it. I didn't think he was going to catch that.
First down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on the line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Dropped that one too.
It's incomplete.
Come on, man.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Now we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Come on. We gotta do something. Yeah, I like that.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Come on.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Trubisky looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd.
There it is.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. Had a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. It keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, he can make someone miss in the open field.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. On 1st, they go right back to Howard. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments.
Oh, come on.
A few different plays.
Let's go. Thank you, Levante. Oh, Quan, finally.
Down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Jackson. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Again, this to Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Come on,
some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down throw for Winston.
I hate you doing the screen. I hate doing the screen here.
In there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Bringing it in, Jackson inside. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Need a touchdown throw.
A gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. Their tackles are almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays.
Good stuff.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 19
come on,
yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They go play action here on first down.
Oh, man.
He lost the football.
Jameis fumbles.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now third and goal.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And Catanzaro's kick is right through.
All right,
and in
defense.
the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and
Come on,
manageable.
defense.
Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Trubisky with the give to Howard.
Good
hit,
hit, Argus.
26. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On third down,
Give me a
Trubisky.
sack. Give me a sack.
And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down.
Thank you, Ravens fan 1206. Appreciate your follow.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
All right, let's go.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one, too.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Come on.
Jameis to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet.
Good job,
It's
Deshaun.
complete. And they'll get it down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
Come on, give me something good. Give me something good.
He'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there. Now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now Winston. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Winston. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Come on, come on.
Winston to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Winston.
Ooh.
And incomplete there. A nice hit.
Scary.
Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
On 3rd down, Winston.
Let's go.
He's got Evans. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Oh, good shot.
Complete.
Good
It's
shot.
Jackson.
Oh, they
Now
took
the
a
Bears gonna
timeout.
call the first of their timeouts.
Let's
As
go.
it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Good shot, Dennis.
Give to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Now Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. 3 for 3 so far, and a 4th would win it. And his kick is good.
Let's go.
And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead
Let's go.
in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
On the return, it's Tariq Cohen.
First win back with Jameis. That's what I'm talking about.
It was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle.
That's what I'm talking about.
They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about.
That is what I'm talking about.
At the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Bucs, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll sink now to 0-4. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in week 6.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Upgrade all players. Yes.
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all your points as a portion of
all right, now,
will be lost when
as you guys know, I'm going to end this broadcast and start another broadcast called Week 5. Or actually, we have a bye on Week 5, so it's going to be Week 6 against the Falcons. It's your man RTP. Skull Gang in the building. I'll see you guys in the other broadcast. Week 6 versus Falcons.